Hello, I'm Bai Zhang, and I'm majoring in computer science. I attend UW-Milwaukee. In our campus, we have a lot of professors and grad students who are very innovative and just simply fascinating. Here today, I have with me Marissa Jablonski. So what do you do in this as a grad student?
I'm a PhD student in civil and environmental engineering, and I'll be doing my dissertation on sustainable textile production. And I also am co-chair of Engineers Without Borders at UWM, where we just completed our first water distribution project in Quechip, Guatemala, bringing fresh, clean water to over 350 people in the village of Quechip. It's a simple system which consists of concrete tanks built around spring water coming naturally out of the mountain, and then piping that water to a distribution tank, which we then chlorinated this last summer, and that water gets piped to over 50 homes. When I was a child, I used to tell my parents that I wanted to clean rivers and be an architect. And so I didn't know any engineers growing up. You know, I'd heard of Albert Einstein and other people that kind of scientifically changed the world, obviously. But I never linked myself. I couldn't see myself as being an engineer because I didn't know any engineers. So I went into environmental sciences thinking that would help me clean rivers and change the world. And when I graduated, I was a park ranger, telling people where the bathroom was all the time and thinking there's got to be a bigger thing to do here. So I also interpreted Spanish at a health clinic where I got to help people. And I always kept that end goal. I wanted to really help the world. I want to help people, but environmentally help the world. And my mom could tell that I was bored. And she said, you know, you've always been good at math. Why don't you go into engineering? So I started looking at schools, and I looked at UWM, and I decided to go for it. It's been great.
That's really, really good to hear. So I heard you also went on this Guatemala trip. And looking in the engineering perspective, what did you guys do, like with the project of cleaning the water? Like kind of like the tools you guys used in there, and yeah.
Sure. In Guatemala, engineering in Guatemala is very different than engineering in North America. So we have this 1.5 mile trench to dig, and we had put it in our engineering plan that it would take up to 5 days. We thought because there's no caterpillars, you know, those trucks that dig trenches in Wisconsin, and more or less, we were resurveying the system, and we looked down and we looked up, and 1.5 miles of trench was done in 8 hours. Men with handmade tools dug this trench. It was unbelievable. So the engineering is different, but it's extremely sustainable, and it involves all the people. It helped us trust them and make us realize that even though we're studying to be engineers, people are people, and they know what they're doing. Just because they don't have a university degree, it doesn't mean that it's not their project, because it is. Mm-hmm.
That's very, very interesting. It's just fascinating what you can do in this field.